if the warrant officer could just go through the statement and then let the probing come afterwards. we are sure we'll try to do our part in that regard.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Warrant Officer Makganye, we were about to talk about the arrival of Warrant Officer Pakula. That will take us to page 8 of your statement, and then we can resume at paragraph 21, when it says, upon Warrant Officer Pakula's arrival. Can you pick it up from there, please?
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. Upon Warrant Pakula's arrival, we then briefed him about the scene, and as protocol, we handed the scene over to him for further investigation and processing. Warrant Officer Pakula requested me to cordon off the scene and also instructed me to call LCRC. Sergeant Doe assisted me with the tape to cordon the area off, and he also called LCRC office. While busy at the scene, more police officers from different units started arriving at the scene. Amongst them, I can mention the following. Warrant Officer Rikotso from Crime Intelligence. He arrived and started asking if we have any authority or any inquiry file registered that gave us any permission to effect the arrest. He was causing some obstruction and distracting us from doing our work freely. He specifically said that Major General Ferose Khan from Crime Intelligence was coming to the scene. I'm not sure what he wanted us to do with that information. So we ignored him and proceeded with our duties, but there was a lot of police members, security officers, and civilian members at the scene, which made it difficult for us to work. Colonel Moloi from Crime Intelligence also arrived at the scene, and she was more than happy about the arrest and even complimented of the good work that we have done. Lieutenant Colonel Malulega from DPCI National Office arrived together with Warrant Officer Masoma, also from DPCI, as they were summoned by Warrant Officer Pakula to come and assist us with the scene. Sergeant Pakula and Sergeant Sape came together from Provincial K9 unit as part of our team. Major General Khan arrived immediately after Warrant Pakula and I think Commissioner said I was supposed to say after Sergeant Pakula and Sergeant Sape.
Yeah, that sounds right, yeah.
And the situation got out of hand. Upon his arrival, Major General Khan went straight to the warehouse and met with the Scania management. And after that, he came back to us and ordered us to stop with our operation. He asked who was the driver of the buggy, which was loaded with the black bags, and I answered it was me. He then instructed me to go inside the buggy. Then a big argument ensued between Major General Khan and Chief Mashaba, whereby Major General Khan ended up disarming Chief Mashaba of his service firearm and stopped the guys from dog unit from searching the warehouse. I was made to sit in the car while I was photographed as if I'm a suspect. Members of DPCI from Jamestown and Johannesburg arrived at the scene with Major General Kadwa, the provincial head of DPCI. There seems to have been a briefing between Major General Khan, Brigadier Sukhobela, Lieutenant Colonel Mabaso, and Captain Sibula, wherein after that, Warrant Officer Pakula, Chief Mashaba, Mr. Nku, and myself were arrested and put at the back of Poison's SAPS buggy, which was driven by Sergeant Ndo and Constable Mukwambiri. We were kept at the back of the buggy for some times. At some stage, we were then taken from the back of the buggy to observe the counting of the drugs. To our surprise, we find that already 10 bags were already opened. Brigadier Khobela, Captain Dale, Captain Sibula, the arresting officer, are the one who were in charge of the counting, or in counting the drugs. Each bag had 35 small bricks, and a total of 350 small bricks were counted from the 10 bags. We were then taken back to the back of the buggy and driven to Poison's station for detention before the counting was completed.
Before you moved to your arrest, you had deposed to another statement, and that statement will appear on page 3. I want you to go to 373 of the exhibit bundle. Your statement starts at page 370, but I just want you to look at 373. I want you to focus only on paragraph 23, 24, 25, where you speak of your encounter with General Khan. Can you just read that into the record?
As a result of General Khan's unprofessional behavior and obstruction, the driver...
No, sorry, just that paragraph up. Ne?
Which one?
Paragraph 23.
While busy at the scene, a certain Indian male who was later known to me as General Khan of Crime Intelligence arrived with his crew, and all hell broke loose. As he started giving instruction, he asked who was the driver of the black Nissan buggy, and I told him I was the driver. He then ordered me to go sit in the buggy. I did as instructed, and General Khan, started calling us tsotsi police and said he's going to teach us a lesson. I was not even allowed to move and talk to my colleagues, not even to go to the toilet. I was escorted. Different police officers, among the Colonel Mawaso, came to interview me and explained to him how I got information and came to the scene. I was also interviewed by Brigadier Sekhobela, and later a certain gentleman who introduced himself as Captain Sibula placed me under arrest. Photos were taken of me while seated in the car. As a result of General Khan's unprofessional behavior and obstruction, the driver, Brighton Mtembu, who was already placed under arrest, was released. The lady called Jolene and Cornelius were no longer cooperative. Information on who the receiver was no longer pursued, as we were now considered as suspect.
All right. When you say General Khan told you to sit inside the car, how long did you have to sit inside the car? Rough estimate.
I was made to sit in the car from, I'm not too sure as to what time did the general arrive, but I was made to sit inside the car for almost 2 hours.
And how was it in the car? What was the situation?
The situation was uncomfortable. I was sitting there, the sun, it was hot and everything.
And you also mentioned in that paragraph that you had to be escorted. What does that mean?
At some stage, commissioners, I wanted to go to the toilet, or yes, to the loo. So one gentleman who arrived with General Khan escorted me to the loo, back to the park.
Did you feel that you couldn't leave at your own volition or accord?
I beg yours, Commissioners.
Did you have a sense that you could not just leave unattended?
That's correct, Commissioners, because that's correct.
All right, let's then go back to your statement. I want us to go to paragraph 23. So we are on page 10. So you go back to your statement file, and then you talk about our arrest and detention. That's the topic there.
So must I start at paragraph 23?
Yes, start with we were detained.
We were detained at Boysen Station for a weekend until Monday, the 12th July 2021, when we appeared at court. While at Boysen Station holding cell, we were told allegedly per General Khan instruction, Kadwa, that we were not allowed to have visitors, water and food. I'm referring to the food that were coming from outside.
Or not the prison food, but from the visitors?
Yeah, from the visitors.
Are you allowed to have food while you're in prison from the outside?
No.
Generally?
No.
Okay.
We were told that on Monday at court, the control prosecutor was refusing to place the matter on the roll until General Kadwa came to the court and insisted that the matter be placed on roll. The case was postponed for Tuesday, the 13th of July 2021. We were transferred to Johannesburg Correctional Services, which is called Sun City Prison. We were then remanded in custody for another 7 days for a formal bail application. During the bail trial, Captain Sivula testified that we were arrested for allegedly stealing 700 kg of cocaine. The presiding magistrate asked him if the exhibit were weighed and what method of weighing was used, of which Captain Sivula could not answer. The magistrate also suggested to him that Captain Sivula and his team rushed to arrest us prematurely. Again, he could not answer. We were ultimately granted bail on the 21st of July, having spent almost 2 weeks or 13 days in custody. I was then suspended in terms of Section 43(2) of the SAPS Act 68 of 1995 from the 9th July until the 21st. This type of suspension is applied when a member is arrested and incarcerated. It is a suspension without salary or allowances. My suspension was then uplifted after I was granted bail, and I resumed my duties on the 22nd July 2021. I was then suspended again for a period of 6 days in terms of Regulation 10(3) of SAPS Disciplinary Regulation of 2016 from the 30th September until the 20th November. I was charged with the following 3 charges departmental. 3.1 Regulation 54F corruption. Regulation number 3.2 Regulation 54G dealing in drugs. 3.3 Regulation 54 defeating the ends of justice. The chairperson of the disciplinary hearing, Brigadier Nevoulo, found me not guilty on all charges on the 7th February 2022. Attach.